This will be another video on animating with CSS. So I've got a simple button here, and when I hover over it, you can see it changes, it kind of animates, right? And what I'd like to do is create this. So I've already written the code here, but let's write it again. So I've got a button tag here, and I've given it the class name button1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a selector for button1, and then I'm going to create a selector for the hover state. So hover is in effect, or the styles here are in effect when the cursor's over the button, right? So buttons have a bunch of default styles that they come with, and that's why they look the way that they do. They have kind of a border and a background color and a font size. So we're going to have to get rid of some of that to get the button to look the way we want it to look. So what I'll do is I'll give it padding of 1 rem, and maybe I'll put some margin on it just to push it away from the edges. So I'll make margin 1 rem, and then let's give it a border of 2 pixels solid. Now I haven't given this a color, but if I set the color here, then the color, this is the color of the type, but the border will inherit that color, so it'll match the color of the type. So I'm going to make the text white, but I'm going to give the background color, I'm going to start with this cornflower, but I'm going to change it. Let's make it, how about like that? That looks pretty good, right? So we'll be this background color, and we'll have this as our text color. And why don't we also set the font size? Let's make it 20 pixels. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere, right? Maybe we need a little bit of a border radius. So let's do border radius of 0.5 rem. Okay, so now I kind of have a good looking button there. But now I want the hover state. So if any of these properties are going to change, the two I'm going to change are the color and the background color. And I'm going to swap these, right? So let me actually put them side by side here. And what I want to do is I want to animate both of these when we hover, except I want this color to be the font color, and I'm going to set the background color to white. So now, I hover and I get the effect, but it's not animated. So I'll add a transition to the button and say that all these changes should happen in 350 milliseconds. So now it has like kind of a nice little motion to it, right? Okay, so anyway, that's like a simple example of using CSS transition to create animation. Key here is we pick the properties that are going to change, and we set a transition on the parent element, right? Okay, thanks for watching.